Restaurant Punk.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Pete, Noelle, Yianni.
Yes.
What do we got? What are we talking about?
What
are you
don't
thinking?
We have right now?
You got a topic? You got nothing?
I'm drained dry for the day.
You're drained dry for the day? Are you shitting me?
How about, all right, I got one.
What do you got?
I feel like a lot of people are confused when they have a popular restaurant or a profitable restaurant.
Ooh, popular versus profitable.
Out of pocket. That's a good one.
Right?
So historically speaking, I would say that I would put diners in this category when it comes to profitability.
Yeah.
They're profitable. They're breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Some are 24 hours a day. They have no identity and they don't give a shit about it. So at the end of the day,
tell us how you really feel.
I'm going to tell you how I really feel.
You
At
know
the end
how
of the day,
Yianni feels on diners.
Pete's very familiar with this topic because I've had a lot of arguments with restaurateurs that are in the business. Usually it's the fathers that started it because they're right off the boat. So I give them a pass. But usually their sons take over or daughters. And I hear this a lot. It's all about the money. Show me the money. And I'm like,
That's mentality.
It's really a mentality, guys, when it comes down to it. So if you're getting into the restaurant business because of the money, you're dead to me. I'm sorry.
Well, do you think a lot of the people that get pass-me-down restaurants that are profitable try to make them more popular and kind of push the profitability to the side?
Ooh, good one. How do we feel about, I'm just going to piggyback off that.
Okay.
How do both of you feel about, let's just get away from diners for a second and let's go into Chick-fil-A, because I'm sure if you ask any independent person in the country today and they said, hey, would you want to have a Chick-fil-A? Oh yeah, I'd be rich. How do we feel about that?
Wait, I want to say probably like 5-6 years ago when I found out it wasn't that expensive to open up your own Chick-fil-A, I went down like a rabbit hole at 3 a.m. when I was stoned about how to open up a Chick-fil-A because I thought it would be great.
Really? Yianni, tell us how you really feel. Noelle, tell us how you really feel.
But I thought about it because I at that point I wasn't in the restaurant industry anymore. I was doing events and stuff, and I love Chick-fil-A. I was there all the time. We're getting a DoorDash to my office every day, and then someone told me like how cheap it was to start a Chick-fil-A, and I was like, yeah, I'll start a Chick-fil-a. I never did, obviously.
So
Here I am.
I'll use Chick-fil-A as the example because Chick-fil-A is the construction. What's the word we're looking for, Pete? The builders.
They are
Usually,
a lot of the aspects of the opening.
Well, what's the difference between a builder that says this is going to cost you $182,000 upfront to get this started, and then we'll take the other builder that says, you know what, just give me $2,000 and then just give me $1,000 a month for the next 20 years. Chick-fil-A, that is Chick-fil-A. That's why it's so cheap to open it, because their percentage that they take is higher than everybody else's. In other words, when it comes to your sales, instead of 5%, they're going to take 10%. So it's a lot cheaper for you to open as opposed to a McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, whatever you want to call it. But they're just taking a higher percentage, lower money in. But how many people are in that pool to take a Chick-fil-A? 1,000, 5,000, 10,000? It's like the fucking lottery. Do we feel like Chick-fil-A will last longer than a McDonald's?
That's a tough one.
No.
McDonald's is a legacy.
I'm going to say
honestly.
no, A, because the legacy, and B, open on a mother Sunday.
Ooh.
I'm over it.
I know
Is it
how
really about the
Yianni.
Sundays?
I'm over it.
Yeah, but they're profitable.
Because the only time I find myself near Chick-fil-A is on a Sunday.
Well,
And it makes me so
I
mad.
know how you feel about places that close down one day a week just to take a break, Vintage. I'm just saying that he wanted to close down one day a week. There are other restaurants that close down one day a week. And if you're already paying for the slot, you're paying for the time, you're paying for the building, you have the employees, you have the staff and the ability to open. I can understand if it's for religious reasons and things like that, but why close?
On the Lord's Day, you're not going to serve the
close?
people food.
So are you dissing everybody else that's open on Sundays?
Are you what? Did you say?
I'm sorry,
Did you say
90s Pete
dissing?
came out.
You dissing, bro?
Pete just
Really showing my age tonight.
Pete just said dissing. All right, no, Pete, we're not dissing.
I'm sorry, that was a whack statement to make. I apologize.
Going back to your original question, your question was the difference between profitability and
Popularity.
I think Peter and I might agree that popularity is more important when it comes down to it. Profitability obviously is very important. And if you and I, Pete, were working for somebody, and Noelle, We'd have to go over a P&L sheet once a week. We'd have to sit every Tuesday with the owner or investors every Tuesday and go over the P&L sheet and show them our percentages and show them our food cost percentage and what's our profit after controllable expenses. Is that a life you really want to live? So when Pete says popularity, I think he means a restaurant of legendary status. I think we used White House Subs as an example in a previous episode. Yeah. I think we've talked about Amada in a previous episode. There's a little BYOB in Philadelphia that I'd like to think that I kind of based George's Place off of in 2002. It's called Audrey Claire. It's on the corner of 19th and Spruce. It's a little 35-seat individual BYOB restaurant. Are they doing it for the money? Yeah, you need money to pay the bills. But at the end of the day, how do you measure profitability versus durability? You'd rather just... George is not here, but I was going to say you'd rather last a long time, and then he would follow with, that's what she said. But he's not here. Right?
100%.
I feel like everybody would think.
George answer, yes.
Yeah.
I'm very new to all of this. Obviously, I've never owned a restaurant. I've never operated a restaurant in any kind of sense. Jumping in with this group, I've kind of bounced around to the different spots that you guys have. And obviously growing up in Cape May County, seeing what they have to offer here, and with creating petunias and prohibition, I don't know if this fits into the category and I could be way off topic, but I have been talking about how I want to make the atmosphere and the experience Instagrammable, to make it popular, to have it aesthetically pleasing, and to create a level of service and an experience to where people are going to be on Instagram and posting these things. Like I probably should be like, oh, what are the sales going to be like per night? I'm like, how many tables can we turn over? How many pictures are they going to take to invite their other friends here? So that way the next 3 weeks are completely booked out and we have like a wait list.
Well, I think that's where the popularity, being the popular place, comes into play, because you can be as profitable as you want. And I learned this from Yianni when he showed me many examples over the years of, take this place that's doing $100,000 in sales and he's clearing 50%. At the end of the year. Good for him. He's making $50,000. But how do you put it? Wouldn't you rather have a place?
I'd rather have $1 million in sales and do, 3% profit, because you know what? If you want to be more profitable, you can change it. And I'd rather have $1 million in sales with 3% profit than 100,000 in sales with 50% profit.
So work your way up the popular chart and then start making adjustments to control the profitability aspect of your business.
My advice to anybody watching or listening would be, if you had to get a tattoo on your ass, it would be sales make everything disappear. Sales make everything disappear. Noelle, if your rent is $50,000 and you do $1 million in sales,
doing math.
Do the math real quick. 50,000 in rent, 50, $1 million in sales, you're at 5%. Right? Mm-hmm. What if you do 2 million in sales and your rent is still 50,000? You're at 2.5%. That 2.5% is yours, or that 2.5% could be reinvested into the business, or you can go on a vacation. You could do whatever the you want.
Trust me, after being with this group for the last year, the way that you guys recycle. It's like, this is what we made, so let's open up 9 new spots. Like, it's just constant change with you guys, and it's been a learning experience, because like everywhere I come from, obviously it's like profitability, you know what I mean?
It's all about profitability, and that's why I hate.
But you guys have such a presence in this entire town. Like the second I started working for the Cara Restaurant Group, and then even being able to say like, oh, I'm opening up a restaurant, or my event planning companies with Cara Restaurant Group, everyone's like, oh my God, we know them. The catering company, like the clout, as you even said earlier, behind y'all's name is huge in this town. And it's not a big town, but y'all are talked about.
No, how many haters are out there though?
Oh, Yianni, you have a parade
of haters.
Of haters.
And you know what? I hate them back.
And I think that we should all dedicate a day to actually host a parade.
I hate all of you. Any doubters? I have one purpose in life: to all of you over. I hate all of your guts. If you're a man, you have a vagina. If you're a woman, well, I don't know how to explain that, but there's so many haters out there. And I can promise you one thing on camera, as Noelle and Pete look at each other like, what the is going to come out of his mouth?
Sure.
My purpose in life is to destroy you. And I will win in the end, I promise you, because I have a sickness. And whether
he is sick in the head.
whether I'm 47 or 55 or 61 or 95, I will fight for those that will fight alongside of me till I die. So the parade
The
of
eye
haters.
contact on that one was really deep.
Yeah, because that's my reason for living. Any doubter, I hate them all. I hate them all. Go ahead. And you know who they are, Noelle. You know who they are, Pete. And you know what? If you don't love what you're doing, find what you love and let it kill you. That's my goal in life. Is that too heavy?
No.
Is that too heavy for Restaurant Punk?
I think I was going to say, to sum it up, popularity versus profitability.
Thanks for lightening the mood, Pete. I was trying to make a point and tell everybody that might be watching that is on that parade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, what are you hot right now,
Yeah,
Noelle?
it's hot in here.
It's hot in here, but you need a reason to live, and it can't be about money. So I know I pick on diners here and there, but you know what? I always hear them talking about profitability and money, and their houses are nicer than their diners. Their houses are nicer than their business. And you know what? They treat themselves to a life of being numb. Don't forget about what makes you money. Okay. So actually, try to be at your restaurant. Try and work your restaurant. Take pride in what you're doing. So is that a little too heavy for Restaurant Punk? Maybe, but you know what? Come on, find a reason to
coming
live.
for you.
I am absolutely coming for you. So if you want to make a comment, knock yourself out. I will respond personally.
Oh,
In person, face to face. So how do we feel about that?
Is
that too heavy for you guys?
Popularity.
I vote Chick-fil-A for dinner.
Chick-fil-A.
No.
I've only had Chick-fil-A once, and that was with you, Pete.
I remember that.
We were coming
Yeah,
back
I
from
do
a
remember that.
farm auction.
Yeah.
And you guys said, "Oh, Chick-fil-A is so great."
I'm
and we
really glad
stopped,
we're
and
not
I had
farmers.
I had a piece of fried chicken with mayonnaise and a pickle on it on a bun. And I watched. There was like 87 cars in the drive-thru, and I'm like, "Are they all waiting for this?" No disrespect, Chick-fil-A.
Okay, I'm just saying overall, and we're wrapping this up, but the experience of Chick-fil-A. Hi, how are you? My pleasure. Da-da-da-da-da. To the quick service, because they are efficient with their quick service. And they got banging chicken sandwiches. You just got to know what to order.
No, well, we're not wrapping this up until I say it's time to wrap this shit up. I still have more to say on the parade that you mentioned.
Slow down.
I'm Yianni.
I'm Noelle.
Pete.
You hate a parade.
I'm
This is
You.
whack. I'm
Scared.
out. Peace.
Out. Restaurant Punk.